Go ahead, see how it does. So here is the box for the Galaxy S5 Active, all dolled up in white, blue, and orange for AT&T. Nothing too big here. Picture of the device on the back, and typical AT&T box. This was sent to us courtesy of our friends at AT&T's PR. There is the S5 Active, reminding you that it can wait, don't text and drive, which is just a good rule in general. You should not do that. Push that off to the side for a real quick second. That's a heavy feeling phone. What else are we going to have inside of the box? Smart switch, making the switch from other devices easier. Of course, they want to make that as seamless as possible. We've got health and safety. We've got headphones, and if you want to see more pictures, that's what it's going to look like. Hit the link down below to go to the article on technobuffalo.com. We'll have a gallery of all that stuff included. We've got just a regular wall wart and micro USB cord. Nothing overly exciting there. And here, though, is why you are here. This is the Galaxy S5 Active. I will peel this off, see if I get that whooshy noise. Oh, I did! That still makes me excited. We got some stuff on the back. This thing looks like you could throw it off a building. That's probably the idea. Come here, plastic. I don't have long enough nails to get this off. You guys are gonna have to deal with plastic on the back of this phone while I do the unboxing. You guys are gonna be like, I hate plastic. I'm gonna try and get this off here. Here, I'll speed this part up. There we go. Galaxy S5 Active out of its plastic. All right, let's run through the specs and I'll turn it on and we'll go through all of that phone goodness. So what you are looking at is a 5.1-inch screen, the same screen that's in the regular Galaxy S5. It's 1920 by 1080 with a 432 ppi, and again, 5.1 inches. It is Super AMOLED tech, and if it looks as good as the regular S5, you're going to love this guy. Android 4.4.2 out of the box. On the back, hidden, is a 16-megapixel sensor that discreetly can also shoot 4K video, which is kind of neat. 2-megapixel shooter living right there on the front. 2.5 gigahertz Snapdragon 801, 2 gigs of RAM, 2800 milliamp-hour battery, 16 gigs of internal storage, 11 of which is going to be usable. So 5 gigs taken up for OS and TouchWiz stuff. And it is IP67, so that's just fancy talk for meeting dust resistant, water resistant, that kind of stuff. It's not waterproof, but you can take this underwater and shoot a couple pictures for a little while. I wouldn't take it very deep, but all the ports and the important stuff is all sealed, and the stuff that's open actually has a sealant in there, like 3.5 millimeter headset jack, so water won't get in. So quick tour, it's typical sort of Android. We have got actual buttons here that are sealed and encased. It's kind of nice to have physical clicky buttons. Your typical Android fare, you got multitasking home and back. Underneath that flap is where your charging port is going to live. Left-hand side, we've got volume rocker up and down. And I believe probably a camera access button, but we'll check that out. On the right, power. And we've got sort of the super sealed in back here, though it is technically removable. Go ahead and pull that off and break that seal. There's a rubber gasket that goes around here. Now the regular Galaxy S5 also pretty water resistant, so you gotta decide whether or not you want super water resistant or just very water resistant. So there's the back. Try and snap this back on. This is not as easy to snap back on as other phones because it's really got quite a seal. You gotta make sure that gasket is all the way sealed. There it goes. All right, let's turn this phone on and take a look at the UI. So you got this guy all powered on. It's gonna be a very familiar TouchWiz style. Looks exactly like the regular Galaxy S5 because it is a Galaxy S5, but just a little more waterproof and durable. Previous active versions, the screen has looked a little distorted because there's extra protection over it. Not so here. The screen on the S5 is probably one of the best phone screens I've ever seen, save for possibly the G3, and it looks just as good here on the Active. But let me show you what some things look like on it. We'll go ahead and go to technobuffalo.com and see what text look like. Not always the best to see it from screen to the camera to YouTube to compress and whatever resolution you're watching it in. But take my word for it, it does work very well. And of course, being a pretty beastly processor, Snapdragon 801, things move fast. 2 gigs of RAM is plenty here. It does have the OK Google ability. Search TechnoBuffalo, which I really like. It's super handy. Anyway, it's going to do its thing, and you know that it's doing its thing. See what's going to come on board. This is the AT&T variant, so you're going to get AT&T apps bundled in. Some useful, like Beats Music, some maybe not, like AT&T Navigator, but they are all here for whatever you choose to do with them. You've got Lookout Security and all the other Samsung stuff that comes with it, whether or not you want to use photos or galleries, and sort of all here. Smart remote capabilities as well as Samsung app and user management all come right on board. Other than that, though, it's the same Galaxy S5 that we've seen. We'll test some of the sort of ruggedness of it, but I would probably wager the review is going to be very similar to our review of the Galaxy S5, which we'll link down below. But if something is different during our testing, we'll make sure that we sort of update and annotate to make sure you guys know what it is. And anything in particular you want to see on this guy, be sure to let us know. Until next time, I'm John Ranger from TechnoBuffalo, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to go throw this off a building or something. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe right here to be the first ones to know whenever new videos get uploaded. We got a ton of stuff. We do phones, tablets, cars, anything that has to do with consumer electronics that's to be plugged in or uses batteries, we review.